Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day here on the Friday edition of Mondays with Mick. We are going to find out a little bit about Mick's life tonight. Why am I in sunglasses, you ask? Because it is 6:58 and the sun is in the west. Isn't that odd? And I'm facing west, kind of. Sort of northwesty. Anyhow, Mick, welcome. Hello.
Oh, thank you. It's lovely to be here.
Come on, you can say more than that.
No, it's nice. I'm glad. I don't care if it's Monday or Tuesday or whatever day in your wherever you might watch it on a Tuesday.
Yes, well, there's no way I could do it this Monday because, as we all know, I was involved with a crazy little thing called love.
Yes.
Loving that work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a bow tie, ladies and gentlemen. I wear it for my Lounging with Lisa gigs, and I felt like it, just being whatever. Anyhow, here we are together again. It is Mondays with Mick, the Friday edition. I'm itchy, and he's yawny.
Yeah, I have a condition.
You do not. Stop it.
I believe it. I've seen doctors about it, and that's all there is to it.
He was yawning wildly, but you haven't yawned since you sat up.
I'm too scared of you to yawn.
I made him do this when he yawned. Okay. Today I'm getting very serious now. Today we're going to interview Mick Boyle about his life. And of course, he makes me smoke.
I make her.
We can talk about how I used to sneak cigarettes from Paul. Oh my God, I have something funny to impart. Man, what is with me? And then I'll interview you about your life.
Okay.
Okay, I remember this clear as day. We went to Meadville to do something. We went to that, what's it called? It's that place. What is it? What's the
Market House?
Yeah, on top. It's almost like a beatnik place.
The Blue Planet Cafe.
Right. Okay, and there was the guy who had a girlfriend named Jill, and he moved to Madison.
That was Tim.
Tim. And he had the neatest popcorn maker.
Yes.
It was really cool. But at any rate, we were walking across, and these guys were all there were about 6 of us, and we were walking across Diamond Park. And you and I were sneaking a cigarette. And, because Paul, of course, I was a closet smoker when I was married and stuff. And Mick really didn't smoke at all. But I don't know. You just looked at one of your friends and you said something like, it's just something we do. Just ignore us. Or some way you said it. It was just hilarious to me, and it stuck in my mind. And that's the story. It's not very funny, I know, but it is to me.
Yet it is absolutely true.
It is totally true. You're like, just don't mind us. Oh, and remember the time. Now I'm thinking I will get around to the interview. Remember the time that Jason Betts was the cook at Mama Bear's, and I would eat onions and garlic. I'm sorry. I would eat onions and garlic before I went home, so I didn't smell like smoke.
Oh yeah, right. You would cover it up.
Yeah, and he looked at you and he's like, "Is there a reason?" And you looked at him and went, "Oh yeah, there's a reason. There's a total reason." I don't know. It just killed me. Weird things crack me up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry. Okay, Mick, I'd like to get to know you. Yes, I would.
Okay, I'd like to be known.
Let's talk about something that some people might not know unless they were there for your birthday game. An event that unfolded when you were a toddler. Take it away. I'm muting my mic. Toddler event.
We've already done that one. Let's do some.
That was during my live gig. These people might not.
Oh, okay. I ran away from home when I was 2.5 in the middle of the night. My parents thought I was kidnapped. I somehow inexplicably ended up miles away from the house at night in the dark on a road that was under construction, and people found me, took me to the police station. I, of course, couldn't really explain who I was or what my address was or what my parents' names were, and eventually we were reunited.
Did it feel so good?
It did. But I don't really remember it that much. I have a picture of me that the police took. I'm in plastic.
Some woman cleaned you up and whatnot. That is a crazy story. And the way you tell it's yeah, okay. I was 2.5 and I somehow got out of my crib and I ended up miles away. And and I was found and I was reunited. I mean, it's so
It's a
uninterested
strange
in your own.
story that I was known for my whole young life.
I'm so sorry. Maybe we should focus on the baby beauty contest that you won. Okay. You were born here in Conneaut Lake, correct? But then you moved
Well,
off to
it's
Florida.
technically born in Meadville,
Oh, well,
technically in a hospital.
were you in Spencer Hospital or City Hospital?
I was in city.
I was in Spencer. And my son's name's Spencer. Now it's all under the umbrella of Meadville Medical Center.
Actually, I don't remember which one, but wasn't one for Catholics and one for non-Catholics?
Yeah, we were in the Catholic one, even though we were not Catholic.
Well, how did you get in there?
I have no idea. Maybe Dr. Martin was
Did
not.
your mother pull some strings to have you born in the Catholic hospital?
Probably. I was an emergency everything. We almost died and stuff. So
Were you a C-section?
an emergency one.
I was a C-section.
Were you really?
Yeah.
I'm sure the viewers are totally
And
thrilled.
I was there for your C-section.
That's right. That I had to give birth.
See how the simulation brings it all together?
It sure does, because as we know, life is just a fantasy. Can you live this fantasy life?
Well, we don't have a choice, really.
I know. Okay, so at any rate, you were born in Meadville, and then you went to Conneaut Lake High School.
Yes, I did.
And you graduated in what year?
1975.
See, I never went to school with you then.
I guess not.
Because I graduated in 82, so we're 7 years apart.
We just had to sneak our stolen moments at Bible studies.
Yes, where Mick always came.
Super high off my ass, according to Lisa. One time, I think I don't even know if I was, but there's a story going around. There's a legend going around that I was super high on marijuana at every Bible study that I ever went to.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what it was. Okay, first of all, we don't really study.
Rip a page out of the Bible, roll up a joint right there.
And remember, Aunt Minky was our teacher. This was 1978, ladies and gentlemen. One of the many times I was born again, and now I'm not. I'm not born at all. I remember I'm dead. I went over this the other day in one of my videos, but you know, I'm nothing, religiously speaking. I think I'm sort of spiritual, but that sounds so cliched. Is there a better way to put that?
I'm sure there is.
Like I'm in touch with the universe and I feel there's guidance.
I have my own style of reverence for the universe.
I do feel I have a galactic brother, though, and I do speak with him. So, but it's not like a higher up for me. It's a galactic brother.
Well, I think everyone has to affiliate with a known system. You know, I don't think that you have to. Obviously, you don't have to, but a lot of people. I'm surprised certain things are still popular, like churches.
Yeah, me too. I mean, the Presbyterian church where Mom goes.
It's sad.
It's total white-haired people, you know, dentures slipping out as they walk in, and
I know it's only older people that go because they're just used to doing that. I don't know anyone young that goes to church.
Well, I do. I think. I mean, I know people. And when I say young, my age. I know that's sort of funny. But you know, there's a happening church, if you will, in Linesville, even if you won't.
You want to go there and cause trouble?
I'd love to.
Okay.
It'd be total fun.
Make a show.
Okay, come on. We're getting off the track of interviewing you about your life. Okay.
Right.
What else? So you actually went to college in several areas.
I actually went to the same college 2 times.
Okay, and tell us details about your studies and what it is that you know.
Okay, well, I studied art.
See, it's like
2 times.
Okay.
The first time I went I started in the late 70s, as we like to refer to them. I went for a couple years and I didn't finish, and then many years went by, decades went by, and I went back in 2001. And like a few days after I started back was 9/11.
Oh, lovely.
I heard about that when I was in a drawing class, and it was very dramatic, and there was screaming and yelping and classes dismissed and university shut down and stuff like that.
Did you sit in sackcloth and rend and tear your clothes and all that jazz? How do you sit in sackcloth?
You get some sackcloth and sit in it. It's pretty simple.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. And so then I was there, and then I graduated from there in 2004.
With a degree in graphic
Degree in
design.
graphic design. Yeah, a BFA degree, Bachelor of Fine Arts degree.
Do you remember the time I had that interview with Bittman? I'm still bitter about Bittman, you know.
Yes, in fact, on the very first video that I ever did is a close up of an answering machine where I'm having a conversation with you. It was probably 13 or 14 years ago. It's still
Oh,
on YouTube, and
really?
Bittman's name does come up again.
Well, first of all, he advertised for a something else, but he really needed a graphic designer. So I'm in there, and what was the other thing he claimed it was one thing, but really what he was seeking and didn't know it was a graphic designer,
Something like that.
like a desktop publisher. I forget what he called it.
Right. It was 14 years ago.
Right, something.
Hard to remember
Well,
all
I
the
still
details.
recall how bitter I was with Bittman. Anyhow, he just was what program do I run and all this? I'm just looking at him like, oh, I had no clue. And I got out of there and I called you. Did I have a cell phone 14 years ago? That
I
doesn't
don't
sound
think
right.
so. No.
Well, whatever. I did get in touch with you and I said how upset I was about the whole thing. And you said, well, by golly, he needs a graphic designer, not a whatever. And then I think you were going to apply for the job, but I don't know if you did or not. But you did work for the paper in order to expand your skills.
I did. And actually, none of my skills really came into working for the paper because that type of design is not really super creative. It's more like communicating than really creativity. I mean, a
Right.
little bit it did. I understood how to use some programs,
And how to use exclamation points.
lots of exclamation points. Yes.
I mean, come on, Mick. Come on, Mick.
Well, Mick, I was telling Jason the other day that I'm the one that gave you the name Miss Perkins,
You are.
also the one that named Chief.
I know. You would tell the audience while I smoke.
Okay, well, whenever Lisa was getting ready to interview for her job, she had on a nice interview outfit and had her hair done and she was all prettied up. And she somehow, I think she came over or I went over there and I saw her and I just took one look at her and I said, Miss Perkins. She looked like a Miss Perkins. So and then when we were both working there, based on an old movie, an old black and white movie that I saw, I said we should start calling the publisher of the paper Chief because it was like an old 40s movie, and it stuck. So Miss Perkins Chief, but I didn't get a nickname.
Oh, sure you did. We just didn't tell you. No. What happened was I stopped at your house. You wanted to see me before the interview. Oh my God, the interview. Anyhow, and I got out of the car and I had on this gray thing. And then you went, ooh, Miss Perkins. That's the first thing that came out of your mouth.
I think you had eye makeup on. Too.
I had the whole nine. I don't think I had eye makeup, but I had my hair up.
Just a touch of eye makeup.
Maybe a little mascara. Clearly, I don't use any of that anymore, ladies and gentlemen. This is all natural beauty.
Yeah.
This is the most I've giggled all week,
Mm-hmm. I know. It's been a dreadful week for you. It's been horrifying.
Well, yeah, it has been. But I'm okay now.
Well, I feel bad. I'm sure things will improve, though.
Well, they probably will. I'm just going to have to grin and bear it, darn it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, one of the loungers gave me some advice. It's very basic. Did you ever notice sometimes that basic advice just hits you and it's like, yeah, it's a good one. When, you know what I mean? It's not even super deep.
What was the basic advice?
Well, basically, he said that, I'll tell you how I met him too. That's kind of funny. But basically that it's good to do physical labor because it kind of keeps your mind off the cerebral jazz for a little bit. And then you can maybe even think about stuff while you do it, but it just balances you out a bit longer. And then he said, his grandmother, oh, it was such a cute saying, about gardening. It's good to do gardening. And his grandmother said something like a weed is just something in a location that you don't. Now I'm not going to do it any justice. His grandmother had a cute saying about weeds, and I can't remember it, so I don't want to butcher the statement. If you're watching this later, you know who you are. Isn't that funny when people say that? You know who you are.
Hmm.
Just tell us the grandmother statement again in the comment section if you would.
So I get it. The advice is to just enjoy the physicality of work, to keep your mind off the existential horror of
Yes.
our existence.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Or,
Yeah.
because I have a lot of time when I, was totally involved with the paper to do research, to do this, to do that. It was a lot of like brain jazz.
Hmm.
So this is a good way to look at it is to go that route. And I think I will take that advice.
That's good advice.
Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to move this. I'm so sorry. Technical issues. Okay, where are we with the interview? It's not really an interview, but
It's not really an interview. Maybe I should just volunteer some tidbits
I
from it.
think you should. And meanwhile, I will stop my mic.
Okay. Well, one of the. Oh no! Don't stop your mic. I mean your camera. Well, you can if you want, I guess. But it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. But one thing I'm doing now that's pretty interesting to me is I got an app on my phone called iNaturalist. So I've been taking pictures of different things around, locally in my yard or whatever, bugs and plants and flowers and whatever, a seagull, not that I have seagulls in the yard, but I have my phone with me, and I've gotten probably about 180 things in the past year. It's really fun. So you take a picture of something, and then it helps you to identify it, and then it's linked to other people, so other people can either confirm your identification or suggest something else, and it's fun, and I like it. And
I started to talk with the thing muted. You know what? I know why I'm itchy is I have this hair that's just one hair. Can you send me a picture and I'll show people?
yeah, I will.
Just do it in Hangouts,
I will do it in Hangouts.
and then I'll bring it over here. We don't edit here on
No, we don't.
Mondays with Mick Friday edition.
Right, but I could probably just show you on my phone what it looks like.
Okay,
Does that sound good?
sounds groovy. And then if not, we can go all the way with it, so to speak.
Okay, but I can just show you some of the observations that I've made lately, and they're like,
Oh, there's no way.
no, wait, I'm not done. See?
Oh, that is neat. Okay, and so it's
Yeah, and then there's identifications with them. And anyway, that's the deal.
and
So,
it says cancel. So in other words, you could take a picture of Thomas the possum, and somebody might tell you his age.
no, they'd say that's a possum. That's an American,
Virginia.
a Virginia bush possum, and then you'd know it.
It's not a bush possum.
He's your bush possum.
I live for that possum, I have to tell you. And it was the cutest thing last night when he got into that basket that I showed on the video. I could spin this around, but picture, if you will, ordering French fries at a restaurant in a plastic basket with, oh, wow, that was the sound that came in. Glenn Milosh getting with me. A plastic deal like oval, and it has the holes in it. And then they put a liner in it and throw your fries in it. You get it?
Got it.
For those across the pond viewers, maybe a fish and chip sitch. So it was extreme, like 3 for $1, 33 and a third cents, which is that 33 number again. Anyhow, I put it on the tree with a little small bungee, and he was still like a little like this. And so I put my hand down here, and he wrapped his tail and kind of rested it like I was holding
Aw.
like another limb, sort of. God, love. This was last night. He's been arriving earlier, like at 9. I'm wondering if they're affected by the moon, because it seems like when the moon was out recently, that he got here really late. And since it's not around, or I don't know what the deal is with it, it's really mysterious, though. He's been early. Or do you think he knows that I need sleep and that I was having a bad day, and so he came early 2 nights in a row? What do you think? Which is it?
I don't think he gives a lot of thought to your schedule. I think he probably just on his own time, really.
It's fun to think of that, though.
Yeah, but I think he's definitely getting used to you. I mean, how many times do you think you've had an interaction with him?
Well, I was going to check that actually, because I think it's been like a month ago that he started coming around, like tomorrow night. I could go check that now, and I could also remove these earphones and get my hair in order. Can you take over? Tell a story about your life. Just take it away. People live for you for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I'm kidding. I am going to mute and stop my cam though, but we'll
Okay.
keep going.
All
Go.
right. Well, I'm just going to say something about possums and what they think about. I don't really know. I mean, I'm not around her possum. I'd like to see him sometime, but Thomas. I shouldn't call him a possum, but like I have a cat, and I wonder what the cat thinks and how the cat processes different types of information. And what do you know? What do cats think? What does that mean? Hi, do you want to be on the show? Come here. Here he is.
I'm unmuting. There he is, just to
Anyway,
say hello.
this,
My
this
hair's
is
fixed. I'm going over to my channel quickly to find out about Thomas. Hang on.
anyway. This is my cat. Me and my husband's cat. His name is Simony Jones. I don't think he likes being up here, so I'm gonna let him go. But like I think, does he think this? What does he think about? What does he know? Like, what does he know? What does he not know? What are his thoughts? Is he dreaming? Is he having a dream about a mouse? You know, why does he ask for food 1,000 times a night when he's clearly not, can't be hungry? Is he trying to shape our behavior? Is it some elaborate gaslighting scheme that he's running on us? Questions. Cats. And also,
Holy Ghost. Okay, I found the original video of Thomas and I can play it. It's very short, 4 weeks ago.
play it.
Okay. No, but were you done? Because I heard you going on about
I'm done. I'm
Simony.
talking about cats. Simony was on the camera for a
I
minute.
did see that for a minute. I lived for him. How did you name him? Tell us that before I go.
Oh, well, he was an abandoned cat. I was working at a group home in Meadville, and he used to come over to the yard, and he was super friendly and used to people. And you could obviously tell he was not uh, wild or anything. He'd been owned by people, but I think he was abandoned. And
Oh,
so when I was thinking about naming him, we actually named him Huckleberry Finn, but then we changed our mind about that. But it was his color because I was describing the color. It's kind of like cinnamon, but a little bit lighter. Cinnamony became simony.
got it. Okay, on that note, okay, now let's see. How do I do this again? I'm going to share a screen.
Do it, man.
And then we will mute our mics while this plays. Okay.
Okay.
But we don't have to do that right now. We can just continue on for a minute.
Okay.
Or should we go ahead and mute our mics and ourselves? I'm
How about
muting everything.
okay? I don't know what's happening.
I can't believe this. Here's a possum, a baby possum. Right there. I'm just totally shining the light on him. Without the light. With the light. He's just casually eating. Came right up past me. Baby possum. I have headphones on. I hope I'm not talking too loudly, but yeah, I mean, look at this. I could practically pick him up. Hello, baby possum. Oh, baby possum. Can't get over it. Really, there he is. Hello, are you gonna stay there? Wow. I mean, I could almost. This is just crazy. Okay, well, I'm done. Trying to hit stop. And here we are together again. Well, there it is. That was 4 weeks ago.
That's wild. He looks smaller in
I
the
know.
photo.
Joel can't, Joel has seen him last night. He came up to the tree and said, "Oh my God, he is small," because he's never been that close to him. But he was like a little poof when he came running by the first time. And then you saw him there. Yeah, he's grown, but he's still small.
He's grown to love you.
I know. I mean, his tail's gotten stronger and everything. It's just crazy, ladies and gentlemen. So there's Thomas before he was Thomas. You know why he's Thomas, right?
Thomas, the
Or
no,
why
I
I
don't.
call him that? Because I was doing a talk to text to someone, as I always do with that phone, and I was saying there's a possum, and it came out Thomas, and so I kept the name. And then when I found out he was a boy, that was even, it worked out really well. So there's
Okay.
a little story about the possum. I don't even know what you said in my absence about possum. Something about oh, you don't know. Do they think this? Are they dreaming? It's fun to think that stuff's going on, don't you think?
Yeah, I was just talking about wondering what animals think or how they process information or what do they actually know. Like, do you think the possum thinks you're a possum?
That's what I
Or
wondered.
or because you don't really look like a possum.
Well, I do have the nose.
But what is it about possums can't see very well or
They
hear
don't
very well?
see very well, but they do hear extremely well and they smell well. And you shouldn't make any sudden moves. You know, I've been patting him and all. I confessed on video the other day.
I'm kind of okay with it now.
Okay, good. He brings me joy. Okay, the first time I ever pet him, what I did was he was away from me. I always made sure he was away from me. And I started with the tail and just touched it, and he kind of scooted his butt in. Like he wasn't sure what was happening. Then he came down to that basket area, which wasn't a basket yet. It was still a plank. And I would give him a chip with one hand, and he'd turn around, and I'd kind of be like, you know what I mean? And take the other one and just, shh. Now I can just walk up, scratch his ears, pet him.
Oh,
But I'm very mindful. Like I do keep an eye on his teeth because I don't think he'd mean to hurt, but they have 50 teeth and his are getting bigger.
and sharper.
Yeah, it's unreal. Joel told me they have the sharpest teeth of any something or other. I don't know what Joel said, but something like that. So, and then we have some other ones that have been coming up in the yard lately too. I must be the possum queen or something.
Yeah, but you have a possum haven in your front yard.
I do, like some adults. One was huge. I mean, I'm so used to Thomas, who is not huge. He's small.
Well, he probably comes back to the possum den with, chips on his breath and stuff. What are they going to think?
Chips on his breath.
Hummus, like back at the den. It's like, hey, honey, do you smell hummus in here? Where did that come from?
Actually, they kind of live. They do live alone mainly. They're sort of loners. They're such interesting animals. And
But are they lonely?
I don't. Yeah, probably.
Do they pine for their younger days?
No, all they do is
live in
really
the drain pipe.
all they do is eat and sleep. But people have had them for pets and they're really loving. The only thing is their lifespan is extremely short.
How short?
Like 4 years. And the first 4 to 5, some say 2, some say 4, some say the highest I've heard is 5. Although a gentleman who raises them a lot has kept him up to 10 years in captivity in his home. And he walks them on a leash and they have a certain litter pan situation with like chips, wood chips of some kind. I forget, cedar, I think it is.
Did he teach them to ride little bicycles?
Yes, and to do things on their nose like the seals do in the
and write a check.
Yeah, totally.
They have to use their mouth.
Oh my God. Anyhow, the first year is especially the hardest from what I learned last night.
Why?
I've been reading up on possums every night of the week now.
Well,
I don't know why.
I don't think wild possums live very long just because they're wild and it's
like 4 years, 4 or 5 at the most. And the first year, like I said, probably because they're not used to, a lot of people throw apples out of their car when they're done, and they'll go to eat one, and they're kind of slow, waddling animals. They're not vicious.
Oh, I've seen numerous possums waddling around at night.
Yeah, and if you see one on the road, Dad, you should really check and see if it's a lady and if she has babies in her pouch. If you're brave enough to do it. And not get hit by a car.
Right.
The spinny thing. All right, now that we've gone over the possum talk.
This is like a possum cast.
A possum cast?
Like a podcast, except it's about possum.
Oh, a possum cast. I get it now. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit slow lately. Normally I'm on the ball, ladies and gentlemen, but I've had an emotional week. Look, I even have bags under my eyes more so than usual. I literally cried all day the one day after I got done with work. A little bit at work, too. Remember when I worked at the Free Press for like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
And I would fly to the bathroom and cry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, except would I want the Free Press or this one? I guess I'd stick with this one over the Free Press. That was the worst.
I found out that your mother is the same age as the Queen of England.
Yeah, they totally are the same age.
They're the same age.
Yeah, 93. Yes.
93.
1926.
It's wild.
Mother doesn't care for her style. Never has.
Really?
Yeah.
She
thinks she dresses dumpy like an old woman.
She's 93.
Mother doesn't dress dumpy like an old woman.
Well, your mother doesn't have to do queen duties.
Look, I'm not big on the queen or any of that crap. Don't get me started.
I'm not. I don't have strong opinions one way or the other, but
I do.
Queen's been okay as in my book most of the time.
Really? Okay. Well,
She was an auto mechanic during the war.
whoopty ding dong.
She gets
I'll
credit
send
for
you some.
that.
I'll send you some horrifying things
Oh,
about the queen.
oh wait, I know what it is. The Queen is actually a reptilian alien.
No,
The
I'm not
deep,
sure about that. I'm not sure if they're reptilians, although, there is a train of thought that might lead one to believe such is true.
but
But they're hideous creatures. Like
if
creatures.
she was a reptilian, it would explain her fashion choices.
Well, that's true. Look, do you want to keep the show light or do you want to get into some deep
Let's
stuff?
keep it light.
Okay,
Listen, the
because
world, this whole fictional world is troubling the people. Let's just have fun.
all right. Do you want to talk about Matt from Quantum O Consciousness?
Yes, I listened to him today, and
Boy, you're really into listening. I told
God
you that I
bless
don't even
him.
listen to him as much as you do.
He sounded a little angry, like he was a little on the angry side.
Do you know which video it was?
It was the most recent one. I suppose I could find the name of it if I chose to look. Which
Well,
I
you
guess
don't
I'm
have to.
gonna.
I could
No,
look.
I want to know now. I've got to know. I must know.
Well, I'm going to look over here at my history because I watched one too. I went to bed with it, as I say.
Yes. Well, anyway, he was talking about some usual things.
Jazz.
Yes. And he had a code word. It was called Jackson Action Jackson Nation Forced Conversation. So
Wow.
his Action Jackson thing was his code word for something that I guess sounds like Action Jackson.
Oh my God.
Jackson Nay
Oh, that.
something.
Okay. Oh,
But
interesting.
and he was talking about this, and they're not going to do that, and they're not coming in and pinning you to your kitchen island and giving you a shot and whatever. Look, I kind of, I kind of like him, but I think he's got some. Well, I think
I
he's.
do like him. I can explain what he means by that. I do like
I
him.
do.
I
But
think
all this code language, like, since when can't you just say the word? Here, I'm going to say it on your channel. Vaccination. Pot. Why can't you say that word?
videos taken down
Am I,
before it goes up.
am I on a watch list now? Am
I
I going to
call
get
it
a
the
visit?
jab. I like how they call it across upon the jab.
You know what
I
I
can't
like? I
find it.
like calling things by what they're actually called rather than weird
No, I
code
like.
language.
You know why I like him, don't you?
Because he believes some things that
It's
you may.
because of the code language. I love that.
I know. Well, I think it's. Look, look. If we're living in a fictional simulation, just use the word.
Well, I got a little boo boo here. That's why I keep looking at my leg.
But anyway, he was talking about this, and he's mad, and I'm going to do this, and they're not going to do that, and if this happens, that look, anger issues. I'm saying it. I don't care.
People can be angry. You know
They
what?
can be, and they should be. But look, I like that he takes care of rescue cats. That's very nice.
He has 4 cats, he said.
I know.
I
And
think one of them died recently.
one of them will not come out of his cave. He's just in his own room, in his little kitty cage.
Oh, right. I think
He has emotional problems. I think.
All right, let's talk about someone for whom I live. And I think we both do. I could even, I'd like to play a little video and then we can kind of joke about it.
Okay.
Because it's really funny. I mean, I might snort. So
can I shout out Smitty?
Yeah, Smitty.
Smitty, shout out to you. I like you. I like the way you write comments. You're fun.
Yeah, because he goes like as we're talking and he
It's
says,
like stream o consciousness is what
right. Like if somebody's looking at it, they think, what on earth is this? But he's going along commenting as he goes. Smitty's Lounger of the Year for 2019, and that might explain why.
You totally deserve your Lounger of the Year. Totally.
Okay, let's see here.
Lounger of the Millennium, I say.
Yeah, okay, wait a minute. Lounger of the Millennium. I want to give a shout out to Pat Hacker because she lives for you.
I like Pat Hacker too. I like all your regulars and the ones that write to me and stuff. It's very nice.
I know. And now I feel like I should just go crazy with shouting everybody out, or down or over, but I won't.
No, there's one person that gets a shout out. It's Smitty. That's it. Goodbye. The case is closed.
Case is closed. Although, hello, Pat Hacker.
Hello, Pat Hacker.
Now, you'll have to go on because I'm looking for this. I thought it was so funny. Oh my God, it was wonderful. It was
I
just
can't play a video though, can I?
no, but oh, here it is. Oh God, I live for this. Now I've lost it. Wait a minute. See, I'm used to, I'm dying already. Okay. I'm going to come back to
I'm not
StreamYard.
muting anything either. I'm going to stay on.
No,
and
you
let's
do have
talk
to
about
mute
it.
your mic or else it'll come through your thing and it'll sound terrible.
Let's try it.
No, I've tried it before.
Okay, I'm muting. Muting.
You don't have to mute right this minute, but you, because in fact, okay, mute. Uh, I'm unmuting just to say that I've been cracking up wildly because seriously, there is a reason. Because what could happen is you'll hear something I don't know. Just humor me, would you? Mute.
Mute.
I'm ready to do the deal. I'm muting. Oh, I'm really silly tonight. I swear to you, ladies and gentlemen, I've done nothing illegal yet.
In 2020. In our quest to achieve stellar health, we've learned from our most trusted health authorities that there's only 4 things you need to do to have robust health and a strong immune system. Wear a mask, socially distance, hand sanitize, and stay inside. That's it. Dude, what have you been doing?
Mask wearing and social distancing. Really been looking after my health.
Because our trusted health authorities have not mentioned even once the health benefits of good nutrition, exercise, and sleep, we can rest assured that these immune-boosting health habits are now outdated. They're like trans fats. But luckily, our unhealthy-looking health authorities are omitting these outdated, harmful health habits because they care. And they're routinely coaching us on the only 4 things we need to do. Let's learn more. Wearing a mask. You can peel yourself off the couch after being a sedentary waste of space for 30 years, put on a mask, and now you're a pillar of health with all that effort you're putting in. Wearing a mask is a much better health alternative than going to the gym where you could catch things like COVID, obesity, and type 2 diabetes. But you don't have to take my word for it.
I've replaced all my previous health practices with wearing a mask. Just 60 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and now I'm healthier than I've ever been.
That's dedication.
Before I got into mask wearing, I was morbidly obese, but now just after 4 months, I'm in elite health.
You inspire me. And you don't work hard on your health and fitness at all?
Absolutely not. I just wear a mask.
Yes, you do. Hand sanitizing. Babe, can you throw this health food away? We need to replace it with hand sanitizer.
Really?
Yeah, there's no health properties in health food anymore. Instead, we'll be putting our health efforts into hand sanitizing.
Can't we do both?
Nope, they haven't told us to do both. Now we can eat whatever we want, knowing we're taking immense self-responsibility for our health as long as we're wearing a mask, social distancing.
I am sorry, but I think this is absolutely the funniest thing I've seen all week. Unmute. Unmute.
Okay, I'm back.
Good. I said this is the funniest thing I've seen all week. I'm dying here.
It's very funny, and I like this guy too.
Should I won't play the whole thing.
No, the thing is, you have to be careful.
I won't. I'll be done with it now, but I'll put the link below. And that's a guy called, let's see, who is he? Wait a minute. He's awake with,
what is his name?
well, I don't know. Awake with JP, JR, QL. Hang on here. It's Awaken with JP.
Awaken with JP is very funny.
Hilarious. I'm
very
going to
creative.
totally include the link and give him full credit. I'm not going to play it if you want to see the rest. If you too want to have a Google attack, which we've been saying before Google came out, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah, explain the Google attack.
Google attack is when you just get silly and laugh and you can't stop yourself.
Yeah, so that's what that means. It has nothing to do with searching Google, which takes you to Wikipedia, of course. At any rate, I just think he's hysterical, but I'm going to stop the screen, damn it.
You're anti-Wikipedia.
Oh, I'm totally anti-Google and Wick. We'll get into that on the next Mondays with Mick.
Are you
Located on a
anti-
Wednesday for your convenience.
Wednesday? Yeah. So don't worry about
A
this
thing.
Monday thing. It could be any day.
It could. People are worried.
Right. Just set
Let
your
me
mind
give
at
some
ease.
advice if you stink.
Okay.
I'm getting silly. I noticed the other day I was getting a little stinky because I don't wear a lot of deodorant or antiperspirant
Because it's a plot from the reptilians to control us.
probably after they borrow a cup of sugar from me.
Or a cup
See,
of
that's the
grain.
problem with that reptilian thing being put out there, because now anything anybody says is associated with that.
Reptilians. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Anyhow, white vinegar neutralizes the odor and out you go. That's my health tip for the day. Not quite as good as his. He's built fairly well, I think. I didn't notice before. You asked me if I found him to be muscular or cute.
And now you do.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not totally into him, but
Is the red hair a deal breaker for you?
No, I dated a man with red hair, but he did treat me horribly and ran off with a cocktail waitress named Miss Buffalo. So it's kind of a bad sitch.
Oh.
Daryl Carroll, remember that one?
Yeah, but you can't blame all redheads for that incident.
No, I can't. You know, Mick lived my life with me in Texas, even though he never visited me in Texas. But if you're going to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band. Do you know the words?
Remember when you wanted to keep our videos to 10 minutes?
Yes, now it's like 41:36. Well, should we end now?
Maybe.
Okay, now, are we going to do a little snippet from an Elton John song and see if people watch this the whole way through? How would you like?
And now I realize after we did it.
Let me reposition. I'm going to stop the cam. Okay.
Okay, well, I realize now that we can't both sing at the same time. We have to take turns with verses. So let's do that.
Okay, now, so I'll start. Let me think of a song. Let's go ahead. Let me do the one, but with the words when Spencer was little and I pointed to something and sang, remember?
Not really, but let's do it.
Whoa, diaper genie, you hold
so much stink, diaper genie.
It's oh my God. This is the best time I've had all week. I love you. It's actually stench. It goes like this.
Oh, sorry, stench. You hold so much stench, diaper genie.
No, but you have to say it like this. Whoa, diaper genie, you hold so much stench, diaper genie.
I do my best.
Look, do people know what a diaper genie is? You know, we have litter genies in the house. Litter genies for the cats.
The mystery question of the show is name the original tune for Diaper Genie, which is an Elton John song. So he did not write a song. He just write this down. Elton John did not write a song about stinky diapers and where they go.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. All right. There's the word.
He did license his song though for us to use.
Absolutely. Yes. Whoa, diaper genie. So now, I don't want to do the other because it'll give it away. Okay. Give it away.
Why don't you just do the whole thing again, just briefly?
Okay. So that they can have it. So we want to know who watches it for 43.51 or however long this is going to go. Whoa, diaper genie, you hold so much stench, a diaper genie, and it's like dipole.
You have this. This is a Google fan right here.
Oh my God! And for some reason, it reminded me of degreasing in the parking lot with a toothbrush back for Judy Hughes at Mama Bear.
Those sweet memories.
Oh my God!
Spending half a day on a waffle iron. Right?
Yeah, let's quit before we end. Let's tell.
A toothbrush, a waffle iron, and some degreaser. Go.
They have no idea what the F you're talking about. Okay, I worked at a restaurant called Mama Bear's. Mick's family owned it. It was originally Roxy's. So this woman named Judy Hughes bought it in I don't know what year. And it was Mama Bear's. And I worked there 11 years. And every year she'd close down in the winter. I'm getting bitten. For cleaning. And it was kind of ridiculous because she'd pay the people minimum wage or whatever to like scrub this tray wildly with all these like razor blades and degreaser, and you're degreasing screws, and when she could have literally, not figuratively, gone to the store and purchased a new tray for the same cost or less.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that was just crazy. Remember, we put an end to that when we were interviewed by the company she hired to come in and tell us. Remember, she hired a company to come in and tell her.
Yeah, a consulting company.
She
Yeah.
could have just asked some of the employees and saved a few dollars.
Like so many things, if people would just ask you and I about things, we could solve it.
In fact, Angie and I are the ones who really cornered that consulting company and told them where we thought the bear had a bowel movement in the crop.
Yeah.
Okay, we're leaving. This is crazy.
It's been lovely. Shout out to all listeners, commenters, watchers, haters, lovers, and people that think they exist.
Watcher's one of my lounges. Watcher.
Yeah,
okay, I'm going to end. Should I do some outro music, I think, and we're out of here?
Well, tell them that I composed some special music.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right. I wonder if I can do... I'm screaming. I didn't bring that up yet. Mick composed some music and all this jazz. And he also made something we're going to use for the thumbnail. Next time we'll have our crap together a little bit better, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in today to Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging
and coming at you
with thoughts of the day,
and also my thoughts of the day.
That's right. And Mick here on Mondays with Mick, the Friday edition. Join me, join others. Drop your political identity,
socks,
and your pants. Let's focus on.
Let's focus on the things that need to be focused on, such as issues.
Leave labels at the.
Leave those labels right over there in the handmade basket by the door.
Or in the diaper genie.
Right.
Research before you judge.
Research before you judge.
And remember,
Dr. Professor Smedley H.Q. Butler said, and we quote,
war is a racket. How does this go? It's all backwards. There. Okay, hey, wait. That's right.
War.
Yeah, good God, y'all. What is it good for?
Absolutely. It's a racket.
Say it again now. Okay. War is a racket, General Smedley Butler. In all seriousness, get on YouTube. They'll read it to you for free. You can download it. You can look at it.
We don't support it.
No, we don't. Here I go again with this. I'm not sure why. I'm ending this broadcast. Oh, my God. Remember, Elton John, the question.
Mystery
in the
song.
Comments. Totally.
The title of the real actual song.
And I will leave a link to that JP thing. Totally. And give him
credit.
leave
a link to some things too.
Are you going to really?
I might.
I'm ending the broadcast right now, ladies and gentlemen. Ending. Here goes. End broadcast.